Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Thanos. Let's get started just above the center of our page with the lower edge of the helmet. So I'm going to start with a curve from left to right. Starting on the left side, I'm going to curve up in the middle and then down on the right. Now from here I'm going to draw in the lower edge of the brow. So starting on the left side, I'm going to curve up and out towards the left. Towards the left. I'm just going to stretch this all the way out. Now we're going to go back to the right side and do the same thing. Starting down here, we're going to curve up and then out towards the right. Now we're going to tuck the eyes in underneath this brow line. So on the left side, I'm going to step in, draw almost like a half circle coming down and then back in towards this point. Now we're going to do the same thing on the right, starting from the inside. Now from the inside of the eye, I want to draw a curve coming down for the eye bag. So starting on the left, we'll curve down and then out. Do the same thing on the right. Let's move into the center and draw the nose. So I'm going to step down and draw on a point. From this point, I want to curve up and out towards the left. And we'll go back to the center and curve up and out towards the right. Now I'm just going to curve up the nostril. Starting on the left, I'm just going to curve around and up. Do the same thing on the right. Now just at the top here, I want to draw the top edge of the nose bridge. Just curving across. Now on either side of the nostril, I'm just going to curve out and then down. Now we're going to move down and draw in the mouth. So I'm going to start on the left side, we're going to curve down in the middle and then back up on the right side. And then from the ends, I want to curve these down towards the corner of the mouth. I want to add a few wrinkles along the top edge of the mouth. So we're going to start in the center, just draw a short line going up. Now we're going to work our way towards the left. So we're going to step over and draw a curve going out and then up. Do that again, stepping over, draw another curve. Now from that corner of the mouth here, we're going to draw another curve going up and then one smaller one in this curve right here. Let's do the same thing on the right. So we're going to step over towards the right, curve out and then up. And then at this point right here, we'll curve up. And then along this line about halfway, we'll curve up. Directly below the mouth, I'm going to add a curve from left to right, just for the upper edge of the chin. Now let's go to the corner of the brow and curve down and then in for the cheeks. So we start on the left side, we're going to curve around the eye. I'm going to pull this in towards the mouth, to right about there. Do the same thing on the right. Starting from the top, curve down, and then just pull that in towards the mouth. Now from the bottom of the cheek, we're going to curve down the side of the jaw. So on the left side, we're going to step out. Now I'm going to curve around the mouth down towards the chin. Curving down and pulling that in to right about there. We're going to do the same thing on the right. Curving down and then into the same height. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Now going back to the side of the cheek, I want to draw in the jaw. So on the side of the cheek right here, I'm going to curve around and then down to right about here. I want to curve that back in just above the lower part of the chin. So curving down and then in. Do the same thing on the right. So on the side of the cheek, curve down and around to right about here. Now I'm going to curve that in behind the chin. Now we're going to move up and draw on the edge of the helmet. So we're going to start with these corners of the eye. I'm going to start on the left side. I'm going to draw a curve going up and then out. Do the same thing on the right. Now from these points, we're going to go out and then pull them up towards the corner of the brow. So on the left side, we'll curve out and we're going to pull that upwards. Do the same thing on the right. Going out. Now I'm going to pull that up. Now from here, I'm going to bump out the side of the brow in behind the cheek. So start on the left side, curve out. I'm just going to pull this in right where the cheek meets the jaw. Let's do the same thing on the right. I'm going to go out. I'm just going to pull that in towards the side of the head. On the side of the head, I just want to tuck in the ear covers. So just underneath here, I'm going to curve out. I'm going to pull that in towards the side of the jaw. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to connect these 2 points with the top of the head. So starting on the left, I just want to curve up towards the top and then back down on the right side. Now let's go in and add a little bit of detail. From these 2 points, we're going to step out and draw a half circle. Starting on the left, we're going to step out, go up in the middle, then back down on the right side. Now I'm going to add 2 lines on either side of the center. So we start on the left side, come straight down towards the top of that half circle. Now let's move over towards the right and do the same thing. I want to add a few more wrinkles around the face. So we're going to start at the bottom of the chin, right in the middle, draw a straight line going up. We'll go over toward the left. I'm going to curve out towards the left, and we'll do one more. Now on the right, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. Let's add a wrinkle around the eye. So on the left side, just on the outside here, I'm going to draw a curve going around, and we'll do the same thing on the right side. Okay, so now that we got the head, let's work our way down the body. I'm going to start with the large shoulder armor first. So right where the jaw meets the chin right here, I'm going to curve down and then out towards the left. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to connect these 2 points with a curve coming down the middle and then back up on the right. I'm going to curve this back up. Now in the center here, we're going to step up, draw on a point. From this point, I want to curve up and out towards the left underneath the chin. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now I just want to add a little bit of trim on the outside here. So we're going to take this curve, we're going to step out and just duplicate it, coming all the way down towards the bottom. We'll do the same thing on the right. Then let's add a little trim along the sides here. So we're going to follow that same curve, we're going to step in, follow that same curve to right about here. Now we're going to angle a straight line coming down and in. Do the same thing on the right, curving down to right about here, angle down and then in. Now I'm going to tuck the body in underneath the shoulder armor. So on either side, I want to curve out and down towards the hip. Starting on the left, curve out and then down. We'll move over towards the right and do the same thing. Now let's connect these 2 points with a curve for the lower part of the belt. Now at the bottom here, I'm going to leave a space in the center and draw 2 short lines on either side. So one on the left, one on the right. And we're going to connect these 2 points with a straight line. Now in the middle, I'm just going to draw a circle, leaving a little bit of space along the top and the bottom. On the left corner, I'm going to curve up and out. And same thing on the right. And we're going to curve down towards the side of the body. Again, I want to leave a little space on the side, curving down. Now I'm going to draw a straight line down the center. From the bottom of the shoulder armor, I'm going to come straight down towards the buckle. I'm going to move over towards the left and draw that same line. And the same thing on the right. Now let's add some detail to the side. On the left side here, underneath the shoulder, I'm going to angle out and down. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to curve this in behind the belt. Curving down and in. Now I'm going to move down and draw that center flap. So we start from the hips, I'm going to curve down and then in. Starting on the left, we'll curve in, and then just pull that down to right about there. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to curve in the opposite direction, but we're going to leave a little space in the middle. Starting on the left, we're going to curve in. On the right, we'll curve in, again leaving a space in the center. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points with a half circle going up in the middle. Now I'm going to add a trim on the outside of this flap. So we're going to follow this curve and the one coming in on the inside. So stepping in, curve down and in, and then pull it in the opposite direction in towards that half circle. Now in the middle, I'm going to add 2 lines on either side of the center. One on the left, and then one on the right. Now let's draw in the legs. From this point, we're going to step out, curving out, and then down towards the left heel. We'll do the same thing on the right. From this point, we're going to step out, curve down, and out towards the right heel. Now we're going to draw on the bottom of the feet. From the heel, we're going to curve down, and then pull that up towards the toe. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from the toe, we're going to curve up the top of the foot. So on the left side, I'm going to curve up and down, aiming towards the heel, but we're not going to go all the way. Leave a little bit of space on the inside. Do the same thing on the right. Going up to the top, aiming towards the heel to right about there. Now from the hip, I just want to curve out and then down towards the top of the foot. Starting on the left, go out, and we'll come down. Now we can add some detail to the legs. Let's start with the sole first. We're going to take this curve, step up, and just duplicate it right up above. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to move up and draw on the edge of the boot cuff. So right up above the foot here, we're going to curve in and then pull that up. From here we're going to curve in the opposite direction towards the inside of the leg, curving down and then in. Let's do the same thing on the right, lining up the outside, curve out and then up. Now we're going to curve down in the opposite direction towards the inside of the leg. Now I'm going to trim this out on the inside. Stepping down, we're going to follow that same curve, going up. I'm going to curve in the opposite direction. And then we'll do the same thing on the right, starting from the inside. Now about halfway along this curve, I'm going to angle in and down, and then I'm going to curve down towards the top of the heel. Curving down and then in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Angling in, then curving down towards the heel. And then right at the top of the foot, I'm going to add a toe cap. So right up here, we're going to curve down towards the top of the sole. And then one final detail from the side of the leg, we're going to step down from the hip, curve in behind the flap. Left will curve down and then in. Now we're going to move back up and draw in the arms. So from this point of the shoulder arm, we're going to step down, curve out, and then down towards the wrist. Now we're going to round out the thumb with a little half circle. And at the end of the half circle, we'll draw a little bracket. At the bottom of the thumb, we'll swirl around the bracket and then go up. We're going to step down, draw a second finger, curving around and then up. Now with the third finger, we're going to come up about halfway up the arm. So we're going to go out. Now start to pull that up to right about there. I want to curve towards the inside of the arm. Going across. Now from this corner of the glove, we're going to step in, curve in, and up underneath the shoulder. Let's take this and flip it over on the right side. From the top, we're going to step down, curve out, and then down towards the wrist to the same height. Now we're going to draw that small half circle for the thumb. At the end of the thumb, we'll draw the bracket. And at the bottom of the thumb, I'm going to swirl around the bracket and go up for the first finger. We'll step down, curve around again. Now the third finger is going to go all the way up towards the edge of the glove. Now we want to try to match the height as we have on the left side. And we're going to curve down and in. And then from the corner of the glove, we'll step in, curve up underneath the shoulder. Now let's finish this off with a little bit of detail to the glove. We're going to take this curve and just duplicate it by stepping down. Just follow that same curve. Now about halfway along this curve, I'm going to curve down and out towards the outside edge of the hand. Let's do the same thing on the right. Stepping down, going across. Now about halfway along this curve, come down, go out towards the outside edge of the hand, and that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Thanos. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.